In this post concerning B Lord and them very dark man, and many people are reposting and some are just displaying emotion about the whole issue. But I don't think there have to be emotion. Please let me explain something to you. You will see that none of them is wrong. Watch this. It's business. This is strictly business. So we play by the rules. You see that? Although there should be humanity in business, but we play by the rules. Watch this. There are three types of markets, and let me say five. I will call the remaining two system. Okay, number one is goods market. Number two is money market. Number three is digital market. Then these three types of market is dependent on the product that is sold. You see that? In goods market, physical goods is being traded, commodity is being traded. The money market, money is being traded, finance is being traded. So then you have the digital market. You know what that means already, digital product. So then we now have what we call the open market system and the closed market system. So I will explain this to you before we balance up between very dark man and what's it called, B Lord. So there's what they call open market system and closed market system. In an open market system, buyer and seller are allowed to fix their price. You see that? The right, like we commonly say, sell as you buy. You see that? Sell as you buy is an open market. So the buyer and seller are left to their own choice. You see that? Then in a closed market system, there is what they call price ceiling. Price ceiling. And pricing is whereby there is a regulation in the pricing, either by the government or by the union, what we call cartel. Is either by the government or by the union. So in a closed market system, the price is regulated either by the government or by the market union. You see that now? For example, petroleum, fuel. You see the way they are dragging price. Dangote and government, they are, just here and there, dragging price because it's a closed market system. It's not an open market. Although the regulation is, the regulation is trying to bring the fuel business into open market system, but there's still some price ceiling, and here and there, and regulations here and there. But apart from that, in an open market system, the buyers are allowed to sell the way they want, the price they like. You see that now? Let me bring it to VDM and what's it called? B Lord. B Lord is selling that for, he said, whether 450,000 or so. The iPhone is, I don't know what to call it, upgrade, 450. Then very dark man is saying for 280. To get to Nigeria. They also saw somebody else. I think this comedian they call Mama Uka. Mama Uka also said he has somebody who will get the phone to Nigeria for 200,000. Can you see that? 450, 280, then we have 200. You see that? That is what we call open market system. Buy, sell as you buy. Somebody will say, okay, but it's cheap in China. But what about the transportation cost? What if B Lord should say he used plane to fly his own goods to the market? So the cost of transportation has to be on his product. Or let's assume he say he has to charter a private jet worth millions to bring his own goods to Nigeria. So his goods came faster or whatever. And so for that reason, he has to put the price of his transportation on the product. Will he sell the same amount with someone who came through shipping or who used, whatever method to bring it on cheaper? What about office cost? B Lord could be paying more in his office space. You see that? Staff. And so many other factors that influences price. You see that now? So in a case like this, of course, there should be humanity in business. I use the word humanity. There should be consideration. A businessman should not just say, okay, he has the advantage, then boom, just, finish the society. There should be humanity in business. So, in other words, there should be consideration when you are putting your price. But notwithstanding, you can't blame B Lord, neither can you take him to court for his price. Because if he bring his own, process of acquiring his own and having it delivered to Nigeria, he can fix the price that he like. This is why government cannot interfere in situations like this. You see that now? So whether B Lord, whether Very Dark Man, whether Mama Oka, they are all right, because it's an open market system. Sell as you buy, like they will say, buy as you sell or whatever. So you sell as you buy, you sell as you buy. So there is nothing to see B Lord as a bad person or as wanting person or whatsoever. He has staffs to pay. He could put the cost of his salaries to the staff on the product. Very Dark Man, on the other hand, might not have the number of staff he has, or might not be paying people the way he pays. You see the whole factor now, because it's an open market system. It's not a ceiling. It doesn't have a ceiling. There's no price ceiling in open market system. So this could be the reason you are seeing those differences in price. This is why I will say it depends on the buyer. The buyer now have to now use wisdom and use proper finance management to get their product. You see that? This is one of the things I took our time to explain in my book, The Navigator by Kennedy O. Kentucky. I explain all these things there. You can buy something for 2 million, the same quality, the same. Somebody will buy it for 500,000. You see that now? Why? Because air is under an open market system. Everybody has the right to sell as they like. There is no case in court. You can't blame them. You see that now? Just that there should be humanity, like I say. There should be conscience, and all of that. Make a lot of profit, but just consider and all of that. So this is what I have to say concerning B Lord, Very Dark Man, and Mama Oka price that I have seen online. Remember this: